Jay Sano without intro music. Jay Sano with intro music. Intro music remix. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Jeff again, coming to you from the Mindcrack server. And today we're going to give a break to the base. Jump in my big portal here. Somebody tried to explain to me that the portal spawns a lot more pigmen because it's so big, even though the one on the normal side of it is, or the nether side of it is normal size. So I don't get that mechanic. They could be absolutely right. I just have no idea why that would be the case, because I figure pigmen spawn in the nether, so how come having a normal sized portal in the nether would spawn more pigmen than normal? I don't quite understand that, but either way, we're getting away from the base right now, and we're gonna run back toward, I think it's this way, toward that big cave that I had found, not necessarily to go on the surface and do anything, which we still might do, but I was going to run around the nether a little bit and see if there's more glowstone out that direction. Look at this, like quartz up here. How did, I want to say straight this way is where all that stuff was, like BTC's, Guardian Temple and things like that. I'm pretty sure is this way, but I don't recall having to take such massive drop-offs to get there. So I could be completely wrong, but there is a lot of quartz. Look at all this quartz. I guess I will, I grabbed a normal diamond pick instead of a silk touch pick. I'm going to leave this stuff here because I thought I had grabbed my silk touch pick, but apparently I had grabbed my normal diamond pick, which actually this isn't going to work for this because glowstone was part of what I was going after, and I definitely need to have the silk touch for the glowstone. So I will meet you guys again momentarily. Let me go back and remedy my mistakes. Okay, everybody, mistake remedied. I'm pretty much where we left off, which still doesn't give me any hints as to where to go. Oh, you know what? I forgot that I had found a way to get back to that portal by going through the rest of this tunnel that had been laid out. But I want to talk about Skype for a minute. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on Skype. Once I started using Skype, I didn't start using Skype as a means of, oh, shut up, phone. Good Lord. It's the loudest vibration ever. Once I started using Skype for, like, Mindcrack was the first time I started using it on a regular basis for, you know, just general chat communication and things like that. I had never used anything like that before. I thought Skype, in my opinion at the time, was just for, like, you know, making phone calls. I didn't even realize it was like a chat client. I remember I used to talk to Guude, and Guude and I used to actually communicate via email and by Google Messenger for a while when we first started out. Is this the Guardian Farm? So this is the Guardian Farm. So if I can... do I have to swim? So right over there somewhere is my portal, which means he's blocked it up. Let's just make a workbench real quick and then make a boat. Workbench, boat, and see if I can go find that area that I was in and just go back in my old portal. It can't be that far away from here. I mean, coincidentally, my base is by BTC's base. This is by BTC's. Yeah, I mean, that's it right there. Right? My little pillar. Good Lord. That was the weirdest sound in the world. Yeah, this is my underground mine shaft. There's my other boat. And I should have a portal. Oh no, I didn't even make a portal. What was I thinking? I didn't even make a portal. God, I'm an idiot. I forgot. I used BTC's portal. So let's go back in BTC's portal and then exit out into the Nether somewhere and figure out what I want to do. God, that was so dumb. I really should go get some more obsidian so that I can make portals elsewhere in the world, like venture out really far and then go make a portal. But either way, I used to communicate with Guude via, you know, Google Chat and things like that. And I remember he was telling me one day that, you know, he was talking to somebody on Skype, some other YouTuber at the time. And I was like, that's so weird. Like, I can't believe, like, just randomly call somebody up on Skype and just start talking to him, you know. I didn't realize that he meant through, like, the, you know, the general chat feature and things like that, which, you know, is exactly what he meant. There we go. He meant through the general chat feature. And I was so, like, naive at the time about Skype that I was just like, man, good sitting up talking to people all night, like, actually having physical conversations. I feel like a piece of crap because I don't talk to anybody. Like, I'm always just typing to people. Or talking to my audience, like, with nobody else around. Because at the time, you know, Survivor Multiplayer didn't, like, was so new in its inception that I didn't do, like, co-ops and stuff with people, since Minecraft is the game that got me started. It was all, you know, single player stuff for a while until the beginning of Mindcrack, and then there was only a few of us on the server. But it's become like a normal staple, especially in like YouTubers, to utilize Skype for communication, because it's great for, you know, setting up groups and having multiple groups that you can, you know, manage and things like that. I almost just ran off that edge. And then Skype comes out with this update that they did a couple weeks ago that they forced on everybody, which I find crazy. Like, I kept telling it no to update, no to update. You know, I didn't realize at the time that I had my automatic updates on. So even though I was telling it no, it was really saying, it was just like the Windows reset thing. It was basically saying, yeah, you can say no for now, but we're going to force you to do this soon enough anyway. So, haha on you. And they updated me to, their update was the worst, most resource intensive update I've ever seen. It looked like garbage. It lagged my computer out. It was so difficult. What did somebody have? I wonder if somebody was like pillaring up and then they... But there's more good stuff up there. It looks like, because there's cobblestone down there randomly in the middle of that lava, and since you can't pour water in the Nether, it almost looks like the lava changes colors. That's weird. It almost looks like they were pillaring up and like accidentally broke into the lava stream or something like that, but I don't even know if that's legit. So, but Skype does this, you know, this crazy update that, you know, was one of the worst things that's ever happened to my computer, essentially. And luckily, after utilizing it for a while and realizing how bad it was, one of the guys on, I don't want to go, I want to get over there. One of the guys on, you know, the Mindcrack server found a way to downgrade back to the old version, which I was extremely happy about. All this stuff is so dangerous to get to. And I downgraded. And I felt so great for the longest time, but my one buddy kept complaining to me that every time he went to write to me, he would ask me a question. A couple days later, he would like ask me again the same question because I wouldn't respond to him. And after he would repeatedly ask the question, it would dump in old messages that I had already, you know, responded to him, because I really had already responded to him like shortly after he asked. And I was like, okay, whatever. Obviously, there's something wrong with, you know, with his client, not with my client. I wonder what people got going on over here. It looks like the Nether's been pretty much like tore apart. Like, look at this. I guess, you know what? Let's just go back to the surface and look for another kick-ass cave, I guess, because I think I'm gonna have to venture out really far before I can find something in the Nether. Oh, an easy access to glowstone, because obviously people have just torn this thing up. But that it turns out it was happening to multiple other people on my contact list, and I would go for literally days, because then I went back into Skype and started looking at some of the messages I sent, and even some messages I would send to the Mindcrack group, they would still be in that not sent yet status, because the little ball is just spinning, and it would spin for days upon days upon days, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me what was going on. So yesterday I did a lot of research, and I still don't quite know exactly what's going on, but I think I have finally fixed it to where my Skype messages go through on time. However, that is one of the most annoying problems to have with a program that is meant to be your go-to program for communication. Like, now I've really set up a lot of my communication with, you know, collabers, friends, the what do we know, podcast, things like that. I've set that up through a lot of groups on there that I heavily rely on. I'll come down to my computer and look, and if I have messages from them or have responses, then I deal with them, and if I don't, then I assume either everything's fine or they haven't responded yet, when it turns out that that's not the case at all, that everything's just screwed up. So I don't know if you guys have experienced that problem in the past, but I don't even know. I just did a fix last night. I tried a multitude of different fixes. Finally, one that I did seems to have made things work a little bit better so far, whereas I haven't had any messages that seem to be stuck in a state of do not send as of now, but it's only been, you know, 1 day's worth of messages, so we'll see what exactly happens with that. But I don't know if you guys have experienced that or not. It actually involved going through and like deleting out my app data files, my temporary files, like restarting Skype so that it created like a new profile, not different than my normal, you know, Skype name or anything. But this music is like epic going on here. I said I was gonna go back to the surface, and I ended up just like going through here and getting a lot more quartz blocks just because I could with my silk touch pick. Yeah, this will work. I want to see how the quartz. Somebody suggested I use quartz in my building as well, which is exactly what I did in the sensitive map that I made, and it looked very similar to what my base is now, but it also utilized quartz, and I think it looks good. Maybe that's why people, you know, suggest I do it. I don't want to do exactly that again because it will look identical to kind of what I had before, but I might, you know, if it looks good enough, I might. Speaking of sensitive, I spent last night, oh my god, for all the programmers in the house, I sat down last night to update the game, and I've updated a few things in the game as well as added a bulk load of levels. I haven't released it yet though, so don't get too excited. So I've programmed in now the next 12 levels, so it's got a grand total of 30 levels on the game. So that will be releasing soon. However, this is why I say the programmers out there, because granted, it's not necessarily it's a lot of programming because it's all the you know, the command blocks and things like that, but there's a lot of just like redstone stuff as well. I seem to have, just by adding new levels, broken some other things, and I gotta figure out exactly what I broke. So I gotta go through the debugging phase now, and that's why I shout out to all the programmers out there, because you guys, anybody who programs on a regular basis knows how easily you can accidentally get rid of like a semicolon in one line, and if you don't have a parser that tells you exactly what line is screwed up, or if it's not reading that as a line that's screwed up, and you have to like manually go through all your code, it is the worst thing ever, because don't take damage, little buddy, and then blame me. Yeah, look how close I am, because you can see my base right there to the left side of the screen. I think it's funny that your peripheral vision you can see better. And this is BTC's portal. Yeah, I literally am like super close to over there, so maybe I just need to get some more obsidian, branch out, and go like up on the surface or something like that. But I did say I was gonna go over to the surface. I guess we're at us being this close. Let's just get some more quartz and then get out of here. I kind of hate doing Nether episodes, only because the Nether is so like bland, and depending on what program I use for rendering, the light levels get really messed up in the Nether, and that's just video recording people will know exactly what I mean by that. But the light levels do change depending on what rendering program you use, as well as what settings and stuff that you have on there. And it's hard to turn up the brightness, because if you just turn up the brightness, it screws up your other stuff. but there's like some whole light level leveling to standard convention type thing that seems to somewhat work on a regular basis. I don't know. Long story short, I was talking about programming here. So I seem to have broken some other things with the map. So I got to go through and try to fix that before I can release the next set of levels. But I'm really excited to do that. And it was one of those things where I was doing a lot of stuff last night, and I've been on the night shift lately. So I sat there and I started working on, I think, the game at midnight. I was recording with somebody else. I did some video rendering and things like that. So about midnight is when I was like, you know what? Let me add a couple more levels to sensitive. And no, I'm not programming the levels myself, as in I'm not sitting there and I need to go use the fortune pick. I'm not sitting there and making them on my own and like, what would be a good level? These are literally the original levels from Sensitive that I'm going to do until they're done. And then I'm going to start making either my own levels or at a level editor or whatever. So if you haven't checked it out yet, there's a Minecraft forum on it. I'll try to put the link in the description if I remember. Otherwise, go to jason019.com. And that's my website, and there's a download section, or just go to jason019.com/downloads. But I'd like everybody to go to the main website as well and tell me how it is. Through there, you can download the map. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, go download it. Some major people have played it. Ant Venom played it. Preston Plays has played it. Some Japanese YouTuber has played it, and his playthrough is so funny to watch because obviously I don't speak Japanese. And he's very, like, I don't know if it's his shtick or what, but he's a very animated type of YouTuber. He'd be like your stereotypical, what you'd think of when you think of like you know, a Japanese guy playing like a map, and all of a sudden you hear him like talking in Japanese, and all of a sudden he'll fall down and be like, oh! So it was hilarious. I didn't watch it all because I don't speak Japanese, but it was hilarious just to watch a couple minutes of it because it was literally like your stereotypical overly animated guy playing this map, and I thought it was hilarious. But either way, new levels will be coming, but I ended up I started working on it like midnight, and before I knew it, it was 8:30 this morning, and I swear to God, probably from 2:30 on, I was working on one stupid level in that game, and you guys know how that is, that you can get 80% of your work done when you're programming something or making something, and that little teeny bit at the end is what's going to take up all of your time. And I threw off my entire day because I did not plan on being up until 8:30 in the morning, and I didn't even realize it was 8:30 in the morning. It was crazy that just how much time it took. But stay tuned, guys. Look forward to that. My plan is to have that update released before I take off to PAX. So I'm going to have a couple days off coming up here. That was weird. How did I get stuck going backwards? I'm going to have a couple days off coming up here right before I leave. So today is Wednesday. Excuse me, today is Tuesday. Tomorrow night I'm not going to do much. Going to be at the fire station. Thursday and Friday I have to work the overnight shift. And then technically I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday before I leave. So hopefully I can get all the updates done and the recording done that I need to do before I go to PAX. Because the kind of like updating Sensitive is probably one of the last things on my list. I need to ensure I have my recordings all up to date. But stay tuned for that. If you haven't downloaded it yet, download it. Go to the Minecraft forums. I'll go to the Minecraft forums and talk about the map because it will help it gain popularity. It's nice whenever you make something, you want to see it succeed. So yeah, I'm gonna, you know, be one of those people who does a self-promotion on that. I'd love to see this map succeed and get out there into more people's hands. So go talk about it in the Minecraft forums and help me out. Other than that, guys, we're going to end this episode now. Remember to like the video. It does help a lot. It helps way more than you guys realize. But like, comment, subscribe. Subscriptions help a lot as well. Mainly just views and interaction help me the most. Like, it lets me know what you guys like watching, as well as it shows that people are actually engaged in the content that I do. So anyways, guys, check the description for links to what I'm talking about with my sensitive map. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, search Jason019 sensitive and you'll see what it is. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.